What's up, everybody? My name is Jimmy.
How's it? It's Josh. You might recognize us from the Command Zone podcast and Game Nights.
And today we are joined by a very special guest. It's Kyle Hill from the Because Science YouTube channel. Hey, Kyle.
Hello. What am I doing here? I mean, happy to be here, but what's going on?
So in addition to being a super smart sciencey guy, you're also a huge Magic the Gathering fan. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'd consider Magic the Gathering probably my main hobby. I play quite a lot. I also play Commander with you two lovely gentlemen quite a lot.
Well, in that case, have we got a special surprise for you today? In front of you are 3 Magic cards for the exclusive preview cards for Magic's new set, War of the Spark.
That's right. You and everyone out there at IGN are going to be the first ever to see these 3 cards. And they're not just any cards. We've got among them, one of these is the headliner, the big bad Nicol Bolas himself. What?
Oh, dang, like under these... Okay, yeah, jeez.
Before we get into the previews, let's brush everyone up very quickly on the storyline. So we know that Nicol Bolas is the evil force. What has he been doing recently, Kyle?
Yeah, as far as we know right now, Nicol Bolas has been crafting schemes and trying to get our heroes, the Gatewatch, into some kind of position where he can take advantage of it. And now, in this set, we are seeing them finally come to a head and have that grand battle to see who comes out on top.
This is the culmination of a multi-year story arc across a ton of sets and planes, and so the way we see this represented in the game world is that there are over 30 planeswalkers in War of the Spark. They represent the powerful characters that are converging on Ravnica to stop Nicol Bolas. However, they aren't the only ones amassing an army.
Yeah, Nicol Bolas, as we know, has been gathering his forces, getting cool, crazy technologies, enlisting planeswalkers and corrupting them and taking things over for his own control. And it looks like that's his ultimate goal, to take over Ravnica.
Okay, so that's going to lead us to our first card here. Kyle, I'll go ahead and let you do the honors.
Wow, okay, so Deliver Unto Evil. It is a 3 mana cost card, 2 and a black, for a sorcery that says, choose up to 4 target cards in your graveyard. If you control a Bolas Planeswalker, return those cards to your hand. Otherwise, an opponent chooses 2 of them, leave the chosen cards in your graveyard and put the rest into your hand. Exile Deliver Unto Evil.
Wow. So for 2 and a black, you basically, if you don't have a Bolas Planeswalker, you get to get 2 cards out of your graveyard. Now your opponent gets a little bit of choice in choosing which ones don't go, but 2 cards for 3, that's not bad. And if you have a Bolas Planeswalker, you got 4 cards.
4 cards for 3 mana out of your graveyard. And in that case, your opponent doesn't get to veto any of them. You just get them. I think another interesting thing about this card is that in black, generally, we only get creatures back out of the graveyard. This doesn't say only creatures. It's any card.
Yeah, and I like, too, that no matter if you're playing with a Nicol Bolas Planeswalker or not, maybe you're in a draft situation, limited situation, or something like that, it still has some value to the card, even if you can't get the full text of the card to go off.
Yeah, seems very, very strong. Of course, it's at its most powerful, though, when you have Nicol Bolas on the battlefield. But what does Nicol Bolas do? Jimmy, can you tell us?
It is time, ladies and gentlemen, to reveal Nicol Bolas, Dragon God. He costs blue, black, 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 and red. It's the legendary planeswalker Bolas. He comes in with 4 loyalty, and he says, Nicol Bolas, Dragon God, has all loyalty abilities of all other planeswalkers on the battlefield. And he has 3 abilities here. +1, you draw a card. Each opponent exiles a card from their hand or a permanent they control. -3, destroy target creature or planeswalker. And -8, each opponent who doesn't control a legendary creature or planeswalker loses the game.
This is a crazy card. Usually on Nicol Bolas Planeswalker cards, you see incredibly powerful effects that are like these Planeswalker abilities, but for 7 or 8 mana, something like that. This is just 5, and to have that and to have the static ability synergizing with every other Planeswalker, there's 30 in this set, that... my mind, the interactions you could have. There's so many different possibilities, and I'm sure something crazy can happen.
Yeah, I think that's really interesting about Nicol Bolas' ability, right? It doesn't say the loyalty abilities of planeswalkers you control. It's all the planeswalkers on the battlefield. So if your opponent has a planeswalker, Nicol Bolas has their abilities too.
Yeah, there's tons of ways to build around this in all of the Eternal and older formats, and of course this is going to definitely affect Standard.
So there's this huge battle brewing. It's the War of the Spark. All the planeswalkers, they've come down to thwart Nicol Bolas' plan. But what if Nicol Bolas actually wanted them all there? What if all of his plotting, his scheming over the years is not with the goal of taking over Ravnica, it's actually with the goal of getting all of his enemies into the right place at the right time, or the wrong place at the wrong time.
Wow.
So this next one is the big spell that Bolas has been researching that he's going to unleash on the Planeswalkers. And I think this card is actually probably the most impactful card in the set for all of the formats, especially for Commander.
Oh, I think so.
It is the Elder spell. It's a sorcery, costs black, destroy any number of target Planeswalkers, then choose a Planeswalker you control, put 2 loyalty counters on it for each Planeswalker destroyed this way.
What?
Whoa.
That's
So,
insane.
it's a Planeswalker board wipe. I don't think we've had that before.
Never. Not just that. It's a selective Planeswalker board wipe, one that puts loyalty counters on your Planeswalker.
And it's only 2 mana. We're used to paying 3 mana just to destroy 1 Planeswalker. This is 2 mana to destroy any number of Planeswalkers.
Yeah, I would guess this is for the new environment that this set is introducing with how many Planeswalkers are there, but for every card environment in Magic, it's so strong to have for just 2 mana.
Yeah, and not to mention, if you're playing a Super Friends deck yourself with a lot of Planeswalkers and there are no other Planeswalkers on the battlefield, you could just target your own Planeswalkers with this, make one Planeswalker get super high on their loyalty, and then boom, use their ultimate right then and there.
Yeah, maybe a Bolas Dragon God, and then you immediately win.
Yeah, everyone else is, because you're killing their Planeswalkers with the Elder Spell. I mean, there is so much potential with this card. It's really exciting. We've never seen anything like it ever in Magic.
Yep, that's right. And everyone can play War of the Spark first on MTG Arena on April 25th. Plus, tabletop pre-release events are happening on April 27th and 28th. So there's a bunch of ways to get in on the action very, very soon.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm incredibly excited about this set. And if you all at home are excited about this set, you can check out all of the new cards as they're previewed on dailymtg.com.
Yeah, some awesome previews. And if you want to see these cards in action being played by pros, twitch.tv/magic, the Mythic Championship for War of the Spark is happening April 26th to the 28th. Get to see how the pros battle out for a gigantic prize pool.
I cannot wait to see what they do with all of these Planeswalkers. That we've never seen anything like it in Magic before.
Yeah.
And personally, I can't wait to draft it, get these things into my Commander decks. This is going to be super fun.
Yep, I can't wait to play it on Magic Arena. I can't wait to see the pros play. I can't wait to die to Kyle playing it against me.
It's true. Can I have these cards?
No.
Maybe in a couple of weeks.
Okay.
They're not out yet.
Okay, fine.
And all of you can get them very soon too. Thanks for watching.
And we'll see you next time.